Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Welcome. And I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made. Okay, let's have a quick look. Sorry if I blabble that out, trying to get past the 5-second skip thing at the beginning, which the censors seem to have an issue with. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? I'm using the Smith-Waite Centennial Edition Tarot deck. And what I want to have a look at is that news has come out. When was this? 23rd of March that this was published. So pretty much a couple of hours ago. The co-founder of a prominent conservative magazine, so this is from the independent.co.uk, wants Shady to invoke a never-before-used part of the Constitution to remove the orange idiot from office amid growing concerns, criticism of the thing with the IRA. He's come out. Scott McConnell, the co-founder of the American Conservative magazine, wrote on Twitter, my advice to Shady, announce your support for the 25th Amendment transition. Say Chris Murphy or any similar will be Veep. Announce you will not be a candidate in 28. Use your position, access to the media, and explain why this is necessary. Do not resign. Now, this is part of... Now, McConnell added that he recommended appointing Murphy, a Democrat, because he's an anti-war figure who is smart and not super woke. Okay, this super conservative magazine co-founder is recommending a Democrat as a VP. That's interesting. I'm sure Rubio has something to say about that. Well, this, what else is we going? He added a follow-up that felon cabinet member Narco could join Vance's efforts and keep his job. Okay, so things are turning within. Now, what passed my vision last night, we've got a free-to-air show on our Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC, which is the Australian version of the not-for-profit free-to-air media. There was a journalistic deep dive on what's on a show called Foreign Correspondent. I didn't watch it because I know most of it already about what's happening in the Middle East, but they showed a clip of the Orange Idiot during remember back in mid-January, he called in all the oil execs because they were talking about the oil, etc., and the history of Venezuela. And they showed a clip of all the oil execs in at the White House. And, you know, when he wandered off and looked out the window and started burbling on about the ballroom, etc., and the oil execs said, no, we're not interested. You know, we've been down this path before and we ain't going there again. Okay, the Chevron guy was the main one. Okay. I was actually really shocked at how much, that was 2 months ago, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, might have been 9 weeks now, how much the Orange Idiot, because he's on our screen daily, we don't see it, how much he has decayed in that last 9 weeks. Just literally decayed. There's no other way to put it. It's not even, you know, gotten sicker or anything like that. It is literally face falling in, hunching over more, looking just literally collapsing within himself. Even I was shocked. Even I, who knows. Now, pop over to Denise Knight's channel. Yeah. Okay, and as I was poker shuffling and I was about to start reading and I split the deck, yep, we've got this infighting that's going on behind the scenes within the regime. And I suspect Shady has set McConnell, Scott McConnell, not Mitch, this McConnell dude up to make this statement to plant the seeds for it to take place. But this is this infighting that's going on behind the scenes. And you've got here, there are members that are just walking away from the the cray-cray, the craziness, the gaslighting, the BS. Now, some of the untruth social posts that have come out, they're just insane. Absolutely insane. And so what's happening is the seeds are being set to overthrow the orange twerp, the orange idiot. You've got here the rah, rah, rah from the White House that people are walking away from. Four of Wands, look at the people walking away in the past. What's that they're trying to bring out? The Hermit, the isolation, the isolation that is happening with the orange twerp. And then you've got the Empress. Now, could be Russia, could be the birth of something new. And thank you to my lovely viewer who said, Ukrainians do not like Catherine the Great. Yes, I completely understand. Yeah, she was, in a lot of ways, not a very nice person as well. Okay, yeah, it's end of an era, time, uncharted waters, secret, hidden agendas going on behind the scenes. So, never before invoked, 25th. Seeds have been planted by Scott McConnell in this highly conservative magazine. I'd say he's been worded up by Shady. If you're wondering who Shady is, it's the one that borrows his wife's eyeliner. And trust me, she don't look 5-6 months pregnant, fourth child. Absolutely not. Okay, let's have a look. Now, where's Erica been lately? Haven't seen Erica for a while in public. Going back to that. Okay, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. Was this statement by Scott McConnell in this far-right conservative magazine the first step in removing the orange idiot? Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Whew. Right. Okay. Well, here was this comment made. This is the signifier. This is the comment that was made, putting it out there. For me, kings are externally doing, queens are internal action. So this was externally putting this message out there. Absolutely. And here is what's the Page of Wands. So we've got the King of Wands, the message going out there, the Page of Wands, the challenge. Okay, is it a challenge or a second signifier? I'm feeling it's more of a second signifier. And look at this. This one's looking backwards. This one's looking forwards. So I suspect there's going to be more messaging that comes out in regards to this. So they're testing the waters with that announcement. This is testing the waters. This is looking at putting more information out with the Page of Wands. The energy they're stewing in is the cray-cray of the White House. Four of Wands. Now, I know this is a wedding card and some people call it the celebration, but I'm always drawn to this rah, rah, rah in the middle and the people walking away, leaving. This is because of the crazy that's coming out of the White House at the moment. In the past, yep, Ace of Swords. That's a big yes card there. Yep, a new strategy being put out there. And yes, the energy over it is this Two of Cups. There was a handshake agreement that was put out here, probably between the Shady camp and this Scott McConnell to put out this announcement. Yep, there was some sort of handshake agreement done behind the scenes. Now, you've also got blue and red here and blue and red here. So whether there's some working across the aisle in regards to this, I don't know. But yeah, the fact that he's put out a Dem as the VP, very interesting. I want to have a look to see how many factions there are now. At the moment, Two of Swords moment. Okay, again, putting out the strategy here and seeing where it lands. So it is a crossroads moment. Externally, the Page of Swords. This youthful energy. looking at this crazy, carrying this sword, putting the information out there. Let's see where it goes. Page of Pentacles, eyeing off the opportunity. This has got, I mean, we've got 3 pages so far. This very much has, I mean, I know Shady is not young, but boy, it's got Shady energy. He's not very mature either. It's very much about Shady energy. This is Shady backing as he's looking at his opportunity with the 2 pages there. Hopes and fears, the Knight of Pentacles, the stability of government. Do they make a move? We've got justice as the outcome. I think they're going to. I think they're going to attempt a 25th. What's this? Is this the... No, it's only the second 2. So 2 of Pentacles. I don't know that it's going to work. They're frantically trying to make it work. So justice. Legal action being taken. Big Supreme Court legal action being taken. But I don't know that they're gonna be able to pull it off. Well, and there's the Death card. Ending of a cycle, beginning of something new. So tossing up the options. Death card. Something not being revealed about the Hierophant. Ace of Wands. And then we've got the restriction, restricted, legally restricted, and then we've got the Star. And we've got Russia. I think they're going to, or this could be the Star and the birth of something new. This could be simply big action being taken because this newly proclaimed, that people don't want them. Uncharted waters, the infighting, going to bring about an ending, the Judgment card. Nightmare situation, the false victory. Those that are involved in whatever this is are going to find themselves on the back foot trying to have to defend their position. I think they're going to try and 25th amend, and it's not going to go. It's just not going to go well. Okay, how many factions are involved? Because you've now got the orange idiot. You've got the shady faction. You've got the narco faction. I'm trying to work out who the heck's on what faction because it felt the sun. Yeah, absolutely. Full on. Correct is what they're telling me. I'm on the right track. You've got the magician trying to manifest something, and then a volatile announcement coming forward, and the moon card, the cray-cray, the craziness, the secrets coming out, or just simply the craziness. And then there's my military stepping in card. Military, treason. Yep, Ace of Cups, and complete and utter downfall. The orange idiot, and yes, he is orange, and yes, he is an idiot, so I will call him that. Sorry, just putting these back randomly. He's not going to go quietly into the night. An agreement, but overreach. I think they're going to try and 25th Amendment. And it's, I just see a mess. I mean, this is not even hold on to your hat. This is hold on to your hair time. Okay, let's have a look. Bring you down. If they try and 25th amend, right, so whatever agreement in the past is being discarded. So the Lovers and the 5 of Pentacles, whatever agreement had been made in the past is out in the cold, discarded. Let's have a look. What is going to happen if they try and 25th amend the orange idiot? What is going to happen if the regime, there's the opportunity, Vance looking at his opportunity, Shady looking at his opportunity. What is going to happen if the factions, I'm getting there's 3 factions. There's 3 factions. There's the orange idiot puppet. He's pretty much, they just put in front of him what they want him to say, and he says it, except that he goes off piste occasionally. That's not off piste, that's off piste, P-I-S-T, means he goes off the path that he's meant to be on into the wilderness occasionally. And I'm getting that's Miller faction. That's Miller. You've got the shady faction. Who's behind the shady faction? I heard Besant is behind the shady faction. And then you've got the Rubio faction, and I'm getting Wiles is behind that one. The narco. If you want to know why I call him Narco Rubio, do a delve into his history. As a underage, he was arrested for running for his narco brother. So he's got big history there. And, who did it? It might have been Keith Edwards. I don't really watch Keith Edwards, but, they'll, carry on during a press conference. Very much indication of taking potentially something, entertainment only, potentially taking something. So you've got the 3 factions. The shady, the orange idiot, the puppet, who's fast decaying, the shady faction, who's got the teal backing, which is why I think Besant is in on that one. And then you've got the narco faction. Oh, gosh, what a mess. Okay, let's keep going with this. So this is Eyes on the Prize. Page of Pentacles, challenged by the 6 of Pentacles. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it is the challenge. Because you've got the legal action here. The moneyed oligarchs, because they're all lined up again behind different ones as well. Oh, goodness me. So who's going to make the choice? Out in the cold, 5 of Pentacles. What's going to happen if they try and 25th amend them? Some sort of agreements finding themselves vanished. Oh, the Death card, ending of the what was. So this will be the 25th itself. Death doesn't necessarily mean physical death. It can just mean a significant ending, a new beginning. The sun that comes up, that's rising between the pillars of wisdom in the background there is the same sun that goes down behind the moon card. Something not yet revealed. Something they're trying to keep a lid on. The infighting that's going on. What's going to happen? Ooh, betrayal, treason, stabbed in the heart, delusional. This is getting wild. Those that are not listening to public opinion, thinking that it's all, the wealthy, thinking it's all hunky-dory. You've got the naivety with the 6 of Cups. A false victory that nobody is celebrating. And the Knight of Pentacles. An offer being stopped. Something across the aisle. The rejection and disappointed with the 5 of Cups. Money trails potentially coming out. Legal action potentially being taken with that King of Swords. The Strength card. The Strength is gone. With the 4 of Swords, this could be the orange twerp actually falling off the twig. Got the Magician trying to manifest something based on lies. This could be the election steal. And the Hanged Man being looked at from a different point of view. And the Fool. Is this someone heading off the cliff? Whoever claims victory here, it's not going to end well for them. This is also uncharted waters with the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands and the Empress. You've got the voter, you've got the vote flipping, and you've got the Judgment card. On the bottom, you've got the government. A legal challenge here with the Two of Swords and the Supreme Court. I think they're going to, if they're putting out the seeds, planting the seeds to 25th. Is the Air Force going over? They've been busy lately. It's a bit of a worry. They've been putting out the seeds. A lot of planting the seeds, information coming forward. You've got the three factions here, but this rejection. The plan not coming to fruition, the Ace of Swords, something to do with walking away from whatever rah at the White House. And then there is voter information coming out with the Ace of Pentacles, and something out of left field. You've got Temperance, pouring from cup to cup, trying to bring balance. You've got the Devil, you've got the military. Some sort of legal information coming out about the Emperor, the Steel, the Cleansing, New Beginning, Wheel of Fortune, World card, Star card. Okay, I'm going to say that they're going to try and 25th amend the orange twerk. It is going to backfire hugely, and this is when the it's going Nine of Pentacles. They're not listening to public opinion. They think they've got the wealthy think they've all got it in the bag. They're going to face some major disappointment. Because I think what's going to happen is that they're going to 25th amend. There's the three factions that are going to be infighting, and as part of that infighting, there's information that's going to be released, very potentially about election steals. And boy, well, I'm going to leave it like that. Let's see how it plays. Okay, love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.